Last but not least, you know what time it is. It's rapid reactions. A whole lot of topics. A little bit of time. Jay, the floor is yours.
All right, here we go. Milwaukee Bucks guards Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday and Cleveland Cavaliers forward Kevin Love have decided to join Team USA for the upcoming Olympics, leaving just one roster spot open. Do you consider those guys Olympic caliber players?
One of these guys is not like the others, and his name is Kevin Love. No, I didn't even know Kevin Love still played. Like, golly, this is the first time I heard Kevin Love name since I don't know when. He's still an NBA player. That's great. And then he's gonna take a spot from somebody that I actually want to watch play. That's crazy. But to answer your question, yeah, the other two guys are definitely Olympic caliber players. Kevin Love, not so much. Chief defensive end Frank Clark was arrested Sunday in Los Angeles after cops found a submachine gun in his vehicle after pulling him over for a traffic violation. What was your reaction to that news?
The same as yours, like laughing. We can't read the thing. What? This guy always seemed to be like in the news for the wrong reason. Like I think 2014 there was like some domestic violence thing I think that happened, and then I want to say earlier this year he got arrested, had like firearms or something. Like I think like that he said, or his lawyer said, like the Uzi belonged to his bodyguard, which begs the question: you 6'3", 260, why do you need a bodyguard? It's just like this dude always seemed to be always in the news for the wrong reasons. Let's just cut it out, please. Boston Celtics president of basketball operations, used to be the coach, Brad Stevens, says every move he makes, including the recent Kemba Walker-Al Horford trade, will be made with the goal of helping Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Is that the right approach?
I like the end. I like what he said, because every move should help Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. That was right. But, hey, Brad Stevens, are we going to forget you was there when they traded Al Horford the first time? We going to forget that part? Like, listen, and I'm not saying what he's saying is not true, but Brad Stevens had something to do with the team not being built around Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown as well. So if he's going to go undo it, then, you know what I mean, more power to him. I like it. But I need to see, because Brad Stevens, you've been in the mix. That's not trying to act like you just came from another organization or something. You've been in the mix down here for a while there, buddy. So it sounds good. Let's see if you actually, carry that plan out. The New York Mets ace righty Jacob deGrom tossed 5 scoreless innings yesterday against the Atlanta Braves. deGrom allowed just one hit and lowered his ERA to .50. What impressed you the most about deGrom's performance?
This dude's just on another level. Like, the dude looked like he almost out there playing a different sport. Like he was about untouchable yesterday when I watched. And I think the one hit that he gave up was like a fly ball that like could have been caught, but the outfielder was like playing around and couldn't decide who was gonna catch it, so it just dropped in. But man, like he's out there like. Most starting pitchers don't come out there and just blaze 100-mile-an-hour fastball. That's kind of a relief thing, but he does it regularly. The dude's slider is like 93, and I watch Astro pitchers that some of them like they can't throw fastballs that hard. So the dude's velocity and just like he's able to locate his command is like great too. So he's on another level. And Atlanta Braves, that's a pretty solid offensive team, and I think he broke Bob Gibson's like record for most consecutive starts allowing 1 earned run or 0 earned runs. I think that's like his 12th straight. So the dude's on a different level, and I don't know. This is a rare instance where I think a pitcher is going to have a serious chance at not only him winning the Cy Young, but an MVP. Eli Manning is returning to the Giants in a business operations and fan engagement role after retiring in 2019. Is this going to make any difference on how they play?
Hell no. What? What? Business and fan engagement. Yo, when you say a made-up title, that is outrageous. They just made that crap up. But to answer your question, absolutely not. This is not going to have an effect on the Giants. Either they're going to be a product worth watching on the field or they're not. and even Eli Manning can't save that. So I don't. This title, it's cool, but I don't think it's gonna do nothing for the Giants as far as being winners or losers on the field. Cardinals running back James Conner believe he and fellow running back Chase Edmonds can be one of the best tandems in the NFL. Do you agree?
No. And I like James Conner, but this just seems like one of them, like he got asked a question and he just start rambling and he say like just some I believe we can do it statement. But no, I just, maybe it will turn out to be true and like Cliffbury can, unlock the hidden talents and all that. But as of right now, I just don't see it. And it ain't no like name brand value here, like Chase Edmonds. I'm just not believing in it right now. Chauncey Billups, Becky Hammond, and Mike D'Antoni have emerged as favorites for the Portland Trailblazers head coaching job. Who do you like out of those three?
Well, this is easy. Mike D'Antoni. He's the only one I've seen actually. Like, no disrespect to Chauncey Billups, Mr. Big Shot, and Becky Hammond. Evidently, her name come up a lot, so clearly she knows what she's doing. However, I'm going with the proven commodity, Mike D'Antoni. Dang, I can't even get his name out. I'm going with Mr. No Defense himself, because I've seen him do this on a big stage. I know what he got, so I'm gonna go with him. Minnesota Twins center fielder Byron Button will miss about a month with a fractured hand, just three games after returning from a 40-game absence with a strained right hip. Big deal, little deal, no deal.
It's a big deal because he's the only dude on the Twins about worth watching these days. This guy, he's been like a up and coming like star for the past several years, like always a great speed and played great defense, but he had like started to figure out the plate this year and then injuries happened and it's just messed up his whole season. So yeah, I think it's a big deal, not because like the Twins are any good, but just like he's a big time player and really I think the only reason they're worth watching right now. Raiders defensive end Carl Nassib. He broke all the glass ceilings yesterday, becoming the first active NFL player to announce he is gay. Drink, why should I care about this?
Well, listen, here's the deal. We do live in a society where being gay is less and less interesting. It's starting to become a norm. I mean, we got terms for it, not to offend anybody. But, people don't be as surprised if you say, oh, I'm gay. Okay. You got anything else? You got anything else for us? I thought you had some groundbreaking stuff here. However, Carl Nassib, here's why him announcing that he was gay was a big deal. He's in the alpha male business, folks. We know what NFL players are, what they do for a living. These are some of the toughest guys to, walk the face of the earth. He has to go in this locker room after telling them he likes the same sex. Could you imagine coming out, hey man, I'm gay, and then you got to go in this locker room with a bunch of dudes that they might be somewhat homophobic. I don't know. This is a brutal game. This is a game where your image matters a lot. So the problem with Carl Nassib, he might not get as much support as he might think he will, because a lot of those players ain't gonna come out and be like, oh yeah, you brought up Sam, the guy Michael Sams earlier. Mm-hmm. We seen what happened to him. He didn't even make an NFL roster after he said he was gay, or however it came out. So Carl Nassib is on the roster. He is a good player. So I do think it hits a little different coming from him. And no, it's not because he's white. It's because he's just in the alpha male business that doesn't necessarily promote, homosexual relations. So he's going to have to figure out how to navigate his work with his personal beliefs now that he came out public. It was one thing when it was behind the closed doors. Now that you got on the mic and said it, now he's going to have to balance the two. So that's why I think we should care. And listen, at the end of the day, this might be a movement for more guys to come out. Then it's really going to be something then. So I think we should care just the nature of the game and the nature of being an NFL player and what he announced. Last one, the Detroit Pistons won the NBA draft lottery tonight. What should they do with the top pick, Jay?
Well, I think Kay Cunningham. He's kind of the consensus dude right now. But I'd keep an eye on Evan Mobley from Southern Cal. I'd keep an eye on Jalen Suggs as well. I don't know if they'll get drafted number one, but I think both those guys should be kind of in the conversation at least. And now that concludes tonight's drink of wisdom. As always, like, listen, share, subscribe. We appreciate it all. I'm Jay Wise.
And I'm Nathan Drinker. And remember, make tomorrow better than today, and make today better than yesterday. And you know what we gonna do. We gonna holler at you until next time, baby.